done been down before. I had to get up and get it together. Knew one day it would be better. No, I can't struggle forever. Plenty days I was in the past, man. I can't throw no stones up at a glass house. Yeah, from the bottom to the top, baby. Yeah, I can never stop, baby. Oh, they don't like me, oh, that cool. Tell them stop, hey. From the bottom to the top, baby. Bottom to the top, baby. Oh, they don't like me, oh, that cool. Tell them stop. I show you what hustle is. Yeah, make it to places you never did. Yeah, diamonds come from pressure. I've been shining since. Oh, I had to pick up the pieces. I couldn't settle with decent. I'm bringing sand to the beaches. I went through hell for a reason.
You were tuning in with your girl, Princess with the Real, on From the Bottom to the Top. And, of course, I got another wonderful guest in the building today. I'm about to get all up in through her business. Of course, I don't do no small talk, so I'm going to get straight to it. Of course, I made my own drinks today as well, so I just want to say that. Kudos to me for that. And then you see the shirt. Lil Duval know that I'm repping you out here in these streets now. So, fuck with me now. Okay, so we about to get on into the show. All right, so I want you to introduce yourself to the guests.
All right. So my name is Ejene, author Ejene, country girl here in Atlanta, trying to make it happen.
Okay. So now, since we got the simple stuff out of the way,
yeah,
I want to get straight on into it. So
All
did
right.
you grow up in a single parent household, or did you have both of your parents?
I had both of my parents. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So how was childhood? Where did you grow up at?
Okay, so I'm a country girl. So I grew up in Alabama.
Okay.
Real country, like dirt road country.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, my childhood was really great. Both my parents was in my life. The only thing I would talk about, it would be church. Like, we lived in church, and I was just like, can we go home at any point? Like, this is child abuse. I don't want to be here.
So how often was you at church house?
Every day. Okay, so here it is. All right, so my dad, all of my life, has played guitar, and he's in his 60s, so he was self-taught to play guitar. So he had a quartet group. We had a family quartet group. We was in the choir. My mama was an usher. And my dad, girl, I was just like, oh my God. So let's see. On a regular Monday night, we was at church for some rehearsal. Tuesday night, we may have been at home on Tuesday. Wednesday, we had Bible study. Thursday, we had a different rehearsal. Friday, we had a different rehearsal. Or we was actually going to sing. And I've been singing since I was like 3-4 years old. I learned way back. It was like the Jackson 5 or whatever. We've been doing this thing for a long time. And so Saturday we in church, probably 3 or 4 different churches Saturday night, 4 or 5 on Sunday, Sunday school, regular service, after service, another service, and somebody else said, girl, we stayed in church. I swear I think that was child abuse.
Okay, so I look, I don't get it. So 7 days a week.
We ain't get it.
How often? How many hours were you in there?
Hours. Let's see. So if we talking about like Saturday, the first program will probably start at 6 in the afternoon. So, but the reason we had so many places because we were decent. We were pretty well known in that area. And then my dad had his group that he was with the adult males. And then we had the family groups with him and his daughters. And so wherever he went with the male group, his daughters, the family followed him. Okay. So the guys were great, and then they saw the kids. So the kids are always gonna be great. And so Saturday we were probably at 6 o'clock. We was at a church. After we finished singing, we'll leave and we'll go to the next church. We'll probably be there about 8 o'clock.
So when did you get to be a kid? When did you get to enjoy life?
At church.
How?
At church.
How?
Oh, girl, that we just found ways to play. We had food. We had toys. I mean.
So eventually you were just like, I like church.
Nah, I ain't never said that. I didn't do that part, no. No, I didn't, no. Yeah, don't even go now.
Oh, wow. So how many years did that take place before you just like, you know what? Y'all can have it.
I've been going since I was a baby, I know. I guess just recently, maybe the past 5-6 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, growing up, you was a straight church girl at church every day. So, if you at church every day, after school, you basically going to church.
to practice or to Bible study.
So what about friends and stuff like that?
Usually that's where all the friends were too. I'm from the country, so everybody,
Everybody knew everybody, so everybody was in the same spot. Okay, I'm
so
from
we
the country,
all kind of did the same stuff, so that's how we were friends.
I was just trying to see if your country was like my country. You know? Okay, so everybody knew everybody. Everybody was at church together, just trying to parlay at the church house.
Yes.
Okay, now you went to church every day, but how involved was you really in church?
I wasn't involved. I mean, other than as a kid, other than what my parents made me do, like, oh, we gotta sing, oh, you're gonna be on the youth choir, you're gonna be on the youth usher board, all of that stuff. But going into my teen years, I was like, I'm about to get a job. Yep, nope, we is not. It's gonna stop right here.
Okay,
right
though.
here.
So when I say how involved was you, you in your teen years, your parents having you go to church and stuff all the time. How was you as a girl? Like, was you into boys? Like, was you following the Bible?
What part of it? So as a teen, I made sure that I found that job. And when they say, oh, we got to go and sing here, we got to go to, I got to go to work. They was like, you can't be. And so I wouldn't even tell my people that. My parents like, I can't come. They was like, no, you got to be at work. Cool, I'm going to be at work. Play it. I'm pulling up at work. Yes, I'm involved with the Bible and boys. I was into boys, but I knew boys because I was raised, even though we was all in church, my cousins, my uncles, my dad, all of us was in church. So I knew boys. And so they couldn't just play me like that. They was like, oh, you play hard to get. No, not play hard to get. I know you stupid.
Okay,
so.
But you weren't one of them church girls like, oh, no, I can't do that. Not before marriage.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
I just didn't like them.
Okay. You was just picky.
Yeah, I was very picky. Very picky. And if I talked to you, like, you really had to go and see you had to know my mom and dad. We've had to have dinner and all that stuff. Like, they really was really.
In school?
Yeah, when I was, a teen in school, they had to come. My dad like, oh, yeah, tell him he can come on to the house, though. Because, like, my dad wants to see you. Because he didn't play that game by his oldest daughter. I'm his oldest. I'm his baby. I made him a father. So, no.
So, how did you feel about sending dudes to the meet daddy?
I love my dad. And if you can't stand up to my dad, we probably ain't going to make it.
Oh, okay.
And it wasn't that.
It was a test.
Yeah, it was a test. For me, because that, if he man enough to come and say hey to my dad or, go hunting or fishing or whatever, or even come to church. He different. He
But you
separated.
went testing him too?
Oh no, huh? What?
Huh?
No, I didn't hear you.
You weren't testing him either?
Who? The guy?
Testing to see if he's gonna meet to
Absolutely.
your daddy's standard.
That's why I did it. That was his test. That was the first thing of testing that I did as I went into dating.
Okay, so daddy got to approve.
Yeah.
If daddy don't approve, it ain't happening.
Not necessarily, but more than likely.
Hold on now. You just said.
Right, but the test is from the guy point of view, not really what daddy approves or disapproves. Now, I will weigh in his thoughts weighs in, but my test was to the guy because usually if you say, I need you to meet my dad, they flee. So right then you like, oh, he wasn't ready. No way.
Okay.
So if he stayed, I'm like, yeah, I meet him. Oh, okay then, player. Okay, you get a check mark for that one. It was like that. And then if dad's like, yeah, he a good dude or whatever, even if I liked him and I'd be like, he ain't no good dude, whatever. There's a couple of guys, seriously, that my parents wanted me to date. I absolutely hated them.
Oh, so they was trying to fix you up with people.
Yeah, and there was some jerks. And like, they loved these guys. They was like, oh, he's a good guy. I actually had dinner with this fool. He is a dummy. And I really am not finna do this. I ain't gonna do it.
Okay, so now you go after your teen years, you curving dudes left and right. You good in school. Okay, graduation.
So let's go back. All right. I did have my daughter out of wedlock. And
hold on, what age were you when you got pregnant?
I was 17.
17.
Yeah.
Okay. That's not as young.
It's not young, but
it's young,
coming from that church thing, like, oh, so that kind of goes to play with what you were saying about.
So what grade was you in?
I was 12th grade. I was actually I graduated after I graduated before I had her.
But you was pregnant in the 12th grade, though.
Yes.
Okay, so that's why I knew something happened around graduation era.
Yeah.
That's why I wanted to jump there.
Yeah.
So you was pregnant in the 12th grade.
I was pregnant my last 2 months of 12th grade, yes.
How did that go with the parents?
to be honest, this is why I love my dad. I love my mom too. But my dad, because I was such a tomboy and I loved to be in the yard, cutting grass, helping with oil and all that type of stuff. My dad actually told my mom that I was pregnant. Like, I didn't even know I was pregnant. I just knew that I was tired. I was just tired of everything, and I was just sleeping a lot. And my mom, when she took me to the doctor to get my pregnancy test to see, what was going on, she was like, yeah, your dad told me to take you to the doctor. I was like, my daddy? She was like, yeah. He was like, you not being yourself. You sleeping a lot. You not coming to help him. You not, like you used to be. And I was like, I don't know. She was like, yeah, we about to go to the doctor now. Like, she pulled up at me in school one afternoon. She was like, yeah, leave your car there. We going to the doctor.
That's crazy how your daddy seen that.
My daddy called it from day one.
And so when daddy called it, did you ever even think that you was pregnant?
I didn't think it. I had no idea.
But,
I
so
honestly did.
Here's my other question. Let me. So, you was pregnant as a senior.
Yes.
Was that the first dude you ever slept with?
Yes.
The first dude you ever slept with, you got pregnant by?
Yes. And I was his first too, because we were church people, but he was in a different little town or whatever, because country, the schools aren't right there. So we had to drive to another town.
30 minutes.
Exactly, 30 minutes. And so they was prominent in different, it was prominent because his dad was a political figure in the community for the county. So it was like, we were two little spoiled kids, and then we done, and had a baby and all that type of stuff. Oh, we never expected that from you two.
The whole town. You know what? I'm gonna stop her there. We about to pay some bills. We gonna come back to the whole story of how everything went down, because I feel like it's gonna get juicy, and I don't want to cut it off when it's getting juicy. So y'all go get y'all something to drink and hurry up and get back to y'all sofas, wherever y'all at, in y'all beds, wherever it may be, and make sure y'all keep tuning in to From the Bottom to the Top with your girl Princess with the Real. You are back to From the Bottom to the Top with your girl Princess with the Real. And of course, like, I'm all up and through her business. We into the high school days, and she was a church girl coming up. Like, church girl, like, she didn't want to be, but she was a church girl. Like, she was forced, but she was there. But by senior year, she was pregnant. She sure was. 2 months before it was over with. So we finna jump right back on over her, and you gonna tell us about what happened.
So we became the talk of the county. Forget the town. The county.
Everybody was talking.
Everybody want to know, is it true? Is it for him? Who's it for? How did it happen? We didn't even know y'all was dating. That wasn't your business.
Oh, so y'all was, hold up. So y'all was on the hush-hush in the church when y'all was dating the whole time?
But see, we didn't go to the same church. Because remember, they were in a different town.
But did your mama know?
Our parents knew.
Y'all parents knew?
Our parents knew.
Okay.
Yeah.
But the city didn't know?
The city didn't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when the city found out, it was
already pregnancy in the making. It was just like, what? Oh, that ain't gonna work. And
two prominent people.
Yeah. Two prominent families that everybody knew. Because my dad, and my mom had been working in a lot of public sectors. My dad was a truck driver at one of the building supplies. My mama worked at, we call it DFACS here, but it's DHR in Alabama.
What's DHR?
Department of Human Resources.
Okay.
Yeah. So they did all that stuff. Yeah. And then my his family, his mom was a nurse, his dad was a city councilman, so we were those kids.
And those kids had a baby, got pregnant out of wedlock.
Out of wedlock in high school. Yeah.
Okay. So how was that? I know how did everybody, like, I know everybody was talking.
Yeah.
But how did that affect you in your relationship?
It didn't. Because they only knew of what people said. They ain't ask us. I mean, if they weren't like mom, dad, sister, brother, cousins that we dealt with, we didn't have an answer for anybody. We're like,
Okay.
I mean, because what happened was we both went to school. Our parents were tremendous in our degree college world. Because we still went to college. We went to college that summer.
So did y'all go to the same college?
We did not go to the same college, but went to the same college in the same city. Which was
in the same city, but different colleges.
Different colleges.
So he was a part of his child's life.
He was a part, and still is.
Okay. Are y'all still together?
No, and we never got married. Any of that. We just,
So what happened? How?
He was a mama's boy. Because he was the youngest, I was the oldest. He passed all the tests and all that stuff. But, you grow up and you get older, you mature,
more stuff.
and you like, no. But he's a good father to his daughter. Our parents was great because like I said, we went to college that summer. People thought I was fat. Like, seriously. December is when my daughter was born, and I had her that Tuesday morning. We actually had finals to finish college that Friday, and I called them Monday evening after I went to the doctor, and I was like, oh, I can't make the class. How can I make up my test because I'm having my baby in the morning? They was like, what baby?
Oh, wow.
I was like,
hold up. So the entire time, I'm thinking you talking about when you first got there. So up until the time when you told them you was about to have the baby, they just thought you was fat.
I had 7 professors, and none of them from May. No, we started in June. From June through December, knew I was pregnant because I went to class every day. I participated in all
activities. Did people at school know?
No, most people did not know. They just thought I was fat.
So everybody was too punkish to even ask, like, is you pregnant?
Yes, but I personally did not look pregnant. I walked to class. I was, walking and exercising.
So you grew the weight everywhere and not just in your stomach?
Just really in my stomach.
Well, then you looked pregnant.
That's what I said, but... I mean, compared to other pregnant pictures, especially my second child, I didn't really look pregnant. I just look like, oh, she got a stomach. Like, kind of like I look right now. But I ain't pregnant. Yeah. And so my teachers was like, so when did you get pregnant? Fool. I said, I'm having it tomorrow. I didn't say I got pregnant tomorrow. I'm having the baby. Like,
it was 9 months ago, ma'am.
Y'all real late. And they was like, but you came to class every day, you did your work. I was like, because I was pregnant, player, because I knew I needed to get a degree to take care of this kid.
Okay, but you went to class every day.
Yeah.
Because I know when I got pregnant, I was sick as a dog.
That was for my second one.
So the first one, no sicknesses?
Baby, when I tell you she was the perfect pregnancy, especially young, going through college, she was the perfect baby. Like, she didn't cry. I took her to classes with me. Like, she was a campus baby. Like, the cafeteria people would just have her doggy bags when I would bring her, because I started bringing her during the summer because I got an on-campus apartment. Because our parents kept her the first semester, second semester after she was born, which was second semester January through May. So we would take classes Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, go home Thursday night, be with the baby Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, come back to school on Monday. And we did that for the whole second semester.
So she went to school with you?
No. She stayed with our parents the second semester. Then summer, she came because I was still going to school, had a job, he had a job, but we were still at different schools. But I had an on-campus apartment because I had the baby. And she would go to class, like if I had a class at night or whatever, and I didn't have a sitter, or he had class or whatever, and I'd just take her with me, or he'd take her. Like, we kind of worked it out.
Okay, so how long was y'all together before you just said, you know what, he ain't the one for me?
Well, it was pretty a mutual thing because we was like started bumping heads on.
How old was y'all baby?
She probably was 2.
2, okay.
Yeah, she was probably 2. So we was together for, I guess, about 3 years.
Okay.
And she was 2 when we kind of was like, eh.
And so y'all just sat down and was just like, you know what, this ain't gonna work.
Not really. It kind of went through his mom because I started telling her, I was like, look, this is what your son doing. And I was like, you know what I'm saying? I mean, he's not listening.
Talk to your baby.
That's why I was like, can you talk to your son? Because he really, really about to get cussed out. And I'll push him off a cliff. Like, please, come get your son.
Why you go to the mamas first all the time?
Because she didn't have any daughters.
Okay.
So she had all boys. So she saw me as a daughter. And she felt my pain. She knew I was a good mom, as best as I could with the, what I had. I was 18. So she saw me trying and she was always there. My mom, her and my mom, them girls, yeah, they really came together and made my life for real. Like, of course, Dad was there, but the mom,
kind of stuff.
Yeah, mamas was like, what you need? Make sure you do this. You got to make sure you stay on the road. You got to get this degree in 4 years. Like, you can't stop. Even when he and I broke up, his mom was still like, you good? Like, I don't need to get the baby for the weekend. Like, what can we do to make sure you succeed? Because even if y'all not together, she's going to be with you, and you have to make sure you have a living for her. So those girls did. Yeah.
So you graduated?
I did. Twice. Well, actually 3 times, but twice with
Hold
her.
up. 3 times, 2 times, it don't even matter. You graduated. What degrees did you get?
So my associates in urban planning.
Boom.
And my bachelor's in human resource management.
Bang, bang, bang.
Yeah.
Okay. And now, did you go get any certificates or anything after that? Anything
I did, but that was later on.
Okay.
Coming to this age in life.
Okay. So you went right back. So you got your associates and you went right back to the
I did it at the
VA?
same time. That's why I was going to summer school.
Okay.
Because I started summer school, so I got them like right in order. Like I didn't have a graduation for the associate because I was still in my bachelor class.
So you didn't stop at associates.
Mm-hmm.
You went for the bachelor degree
at the same time. So the classes I was taking for associates went over to my bachelor. So yeah. And I did it. Let me see. I graduated in 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I did it in 4 years. So I graduated high school in 2003. Graduated my 2 degrees in 2007.
Okay. So you graduate. You got a baby.
Bought my first house.
Bought your first house
at 19.
At 19.
Yes.
How you did that?
Because I had saved my lump sum money, baby. Baby to take care of. We want a house.
What lump sum money?
You know, when you go to college, you get your,
the little checks and stuff. Okay, so you were saving them checks.
Yeah.
Okay, so you got your house. Where you moved at?
It was out in, you know, I'm country. So I went back to the country part of the city that we went to college in.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how's everything working out there? Is he there?
No. Not as a couple.
Like,
no.
Is he there in the same area though?
Oh yeah, but he's still in the inner city part.
Okay.
And I'm more in the rural area. And then I got a great job because I was a Girl Scout. I don't know if I said all that coming up through church. How that happened, I don't know. But anyway, my mom was a troop leader from like kindergarten through 12th grade. So I was a Girl Scout. And so I actually, because of that history, I was able to get a job in the corporate building of Girl Scouts.
Okay.
So that's what I had. I got my house, had my daughter. We were good.
Loving life.
Yeah, until this dude come along.
Oh Lord. What dude?
This dude, my first husband.
Okay, hold up. So how did he get into the life?
Well, I met him in college because I had started going into my master's program. And so it was more adult, but I was young because I had went on and graduated. And my birthday's late, so I pretty much graduated early, but it was really on time, but whatever. So my age didn't allow for me to get in that particular program, so I had to like get a petition and all this type of stuff just to get people to sign saying, oh, she's a mom, she got a house and blah, blah, blah. So I met him in this, adult night class for advanced degree. And I ain't like him. Like, I thought he was goofy. I thought he was slow. So I didn't give.
You thought he was goofy and slow, but you married him.
Right. Because I had to get to know him. Because what he was giving off of me was that nervousness, and I ain't like it.
Okay, so what did he show you differently?
Persistency. He was very persistent for like 2 years. He was persistent.
Oh, so you played with that man for 2 years?
I didn't play for him. He kept coming to me. I kept like.
You was playing with that man because you was high.
I tried to run from him.
That mean keep coming.
That's what he took. He kept coming. I was like, I really wish he would leave me alone. I'm really not trying to get into all this. Like, leave me alone.
But did you really want him to leave you alone though, for real?
Honestly, him, yes, because he wasn't my ideal guy. He wasn't.
So what turned the tables to make you be like, you know what, he is that man?
I think if I can remember, I think my car had broken down, and we were in class together. So I put in the chat, I was like, anybody on, I don't know, maybe University Drive, because my car broke down. He was the one that responded and said, I'll come and get you.
Of course. But I guarantee you let him come get you though.
Yeah, because I need to go to work. I gotta go to work.
But you knew what he wanted. You knew he wanted more than just a ride.
I was really hating that he responded. I was like, God, this mug.
So how did that ride go?
I tried not to, but I had to go to work, so I was like, okay, can you just take me to work, and then I'll have my AAA people, whoever, whatever I had at the time, come back and get my car. He was like, oh, I can take you to work, and I can come back and do this, and blah, blah, blah. I was like, but don't you gotta go to work? He was like, no, I'm off today. Of course you off today.
Yeah. And if he wasn't, he was gonna make himself aware.
I think he was lying anyway. Yeah. But he did all that, got the car fixed, and then he dropped it off. He had a cousin, while I was at work, but even before lunch. I was like, well, I guess.
But here's my thing is, because I know if it's somebody I ain't feeling, ain't gonna be no I guess. I'm gonna go ahead and do what I said I was gonna do. Yeah.
But he was nice.
But he was nice.
He was nice.
He was nice. Okay.
Because he didn't have to do all the stuff that he did. Like,
that's all I was trying to get to.
Yeah, he had
that's
to do
all I
all
was
that
trying to
stuff.
get to because you was acting like he was like ew, like I don't want to talk to him.
Right, and I didn't. Even then, but even then I didn't want to talk.
You wanted
but
him to keep coming around. You was trying to play him to the left, but
I was definitely trying to play him to the left.
on the side.
No. Because at that time I was very conscious of, oh, he got to look like this, he got to look like that, or whatever. I mean, he had the mind. He was smart, he was in school. He had, he had been in the military.
You had a certain
and things
persona
like
of what you want your man to look like.
And he didn't look like that.
Okay.
But, inside he had those things, but it was just like,
So what finally made you just be like, you know what, I'm going to give this brother a chance?
He was nice. We started opening up. Of course, he did that with the card. And then we talked, of course, found out we was from similar areas, country. And, we started talking about those things. And I was like, oh, we have more in common than I thought, because I didn't give him a chance.
Mm-hmm.
I did not give him a chance. I just really was like, yeah, whatever.
You just wrote him out because he didn't look like you needed him to look.
That's what it was.
Okay.
At that time.
Okay.
Now I'll be like, let me see. It's different now. But then I was, in my late teens, early 20s. You gotta look like you belong,
So you married him?
I did.
You married him?
I did.
And so how long were y'all dating before you married him?
We dated a year and a half.
A year and a half.
Yeah,
Y'all got married.
We got married. Had a son.
Okay.
How
are things going?
Found out he was a preacher.
Hold up. So you a church girl? You came up in the church house.
Was not trying to deal with no people that was that involved in church, because being a church girl, you see a lot of things growing up. You see a lot of people with one woman or man today, and you go to a different church, and it's a whole nother family with that same individual. So I didn't want to.
I've been saying the church people are a little bit more crooked than the people out here.
A little more.
But my whole thing is now, did you find out he was a preacher before you married him or after you married him?
After he proposed.
Okay. So y'all was in this whole relationship for this whole time, and you ain't know he was a preacher.
And I made it very clear, which is, I guess, the reason why he never said it before I said yes to the ring.
Oh, wow. So he played you.
That he did. I guess because I had played him all them years before.
But get what, though? He told you he was a pastor.
No, he was a preacher. He told you he was
a preacher when he proposed.
After. It was like, I think he proposed on...
Okay, even if it was after. You
Friday.
Still married the brother.
I did.
So you didn't want to be with the preacher, but you married the preacher. Why did you marry the preacher?
Because he done told everybody, like, it's just like I'm in. Like,
Because he told people, you like, oh, I got to marry him.
Yeah, that's what I felt.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Because I was like, oh, my God, why would you, that was something I was not trying to do. Because y'all be lying.
How long was y'all married?
6 years.
Okay. So you said that was something you was not trying to do because y'all be lying. You said you ain't want to be with the preacher. You found out when he proposed that he was the preacher. But you stayed with the man for 6 years.
Right. Trying to not be what I said it would be.
Huh?
So I said it would be where the preachers be lying. They be doing all this foolishness. They, the church come before everything in their life. And I tried to say, okay, well, if you are saying that you're not going to do that, then I agree to it. Like, that's a promise that we'll make. Because
so for 6 years, he held that?
Not really. Probably 3 of the 6 years we went through to what I said it would be. Like the first 3, he tried to work it, make it work. We moved and different things with jobs. And so we got away from family where we could really live that life. And, of course, go and do what we do in the church or whatever.
Look, I'm finna cut you off. I'm finna cut you off right there. Because we got to go pay some bills. She got me antsy in my seat, moving around and stuff. Because things is deep. We about to go pay some bills. We're going to be right back to finish hearing this story. We're going to hear, what happened after the divorce. And then where she at now in life. Because... You know, this story is deep, and I'm trying to get as much of it as I can. So y'all stay tuned. You were tuning back in to Front to Bottom to the Top with your girl Princess with the Real. And things is getting very interested in here because, you know, I want all of it. I want all the details. Because she said she ain't want to be with the preacher. Then she was with the preacher. She ain't want to be with the preacher, but she was with the preacher. So I want to get into the story of what happened and how her and him separated and where she going now in life. You know, I'm trying to get as much of the story as possible. So let's just jump right back on into it.
So, the last 3 years became just like I said. The church, it was all about, it was no balance. Like, you can't be up there trying to preach and you.
So, was he in church as much as you was when you was young?
Yeah.
Or, okay.
Yeah.
And you went going?
I had to because I was the
First lady.
That part. That one. That's the one. Yeah.
So you wanted to be the first lady?
No.
How was that
Hell. I honestly, in this camera, would not wish the first lady on anybody.
Why?
Hell, man. Like, mind you, I'm still in my early 20s. So I ain't with that cover from my head to my man, I like heels. These because they was cute. That's the only reason they short.
Want you showing your toes and your figure.
And I can't help. That's what I got.
It's there.
It's there.
It can't be hidden.
It couldn't be hidden.
And my mama said, if you got it, flaunt it.
Yes. So I went through a lot of. You need to wear a hat. Or you need to wear stockings. Or you need to wear this. Can you shut up? How many children do you have, and which one father do you know is theirs for real? Leave me alone, ma'am.
Now, were you in the beginning trying to reform and do what they wanted you to do?
Nope,
or
never
you
did.
Always rebelled against what they wanted?
Always.
Okay, so how did that affect you and him?
It did really bad, especially when we were close to his family because all of them was like some title or another. I was just like, so really God called everybody though?
Everybody. He didn't leave one person to do something else. Everybody. And you was in that. And it's crazy because you grew up in it and you were trying to get away from it. And now you back in it again.
I'm talking about deep in it this time because like I'm required to do what I saw these other people do.
So how did you get out? Like get out for real.
So this one night, yeah, we have been going through so much. It's so comical now. It's just ridiculous. Like, we really cool parents. We great co-parents.
Y'all still cool?
Yeah, we cool.
Okay.
We cool co-parents. We wasn't in the first, after the first 2 years of divorce. He literally fought me. Nails and teeth and nails, all whatever that saying is.
Because he wanted to still have the relationship.
He didn't want the divorce, and I didn't either, because we, of course we were born and raised in church, and that's not what we looked forward to. We didn't get married to look the end. Like, that wasn't the point. Things definitely happened. They happened, and
what was the breaking point?
So this one night, right? So my son hates, like, what had happened was, he came in the house, and we had already been arguing that day about something real stupid. I don't know. It was so stupid. But he said that one of the ministers that he dealt with had a dream that we was getting a divorce because I was messing with somebody, and me and my dude that I was messing with blew up the car that he was in. First of all,
hold up.
Your car was repossessed, so I know I ain't blow my car up, so somebody lying.
It was a dream. He took that dream
to
reality.
But why you dreaming about us when we ain't talked to you in, like, I don't know how many years? Like, what you want?
Oh, wow.
You wanted him with your daughter? Is that what you wanted? Because to my knowledge, that's who y'all was trying to hook him up with before I came around.
Hold up.
Oh, yeah. That's what I'm talking about. The church, I can't deal with them people.
What you mean? They were trying to hook him up
with a girl before he started bringing me around, showing that he had somebody.
Oh, so the church ain't even fool with you for real.
They didn't want me in that circle. Yeah.
Okay. So they was trying to sabotage stuff
from the beginning.
Yeah. So it wouldn't even made to work from the beginning.
It would have if the man does what he's supposed to do. like tell people to really stay out your business. But that ain't what he did. Because it was okay. It was a time. And honestly, I mean, we talk and we laugh about this. I've read my books about this and added a lot of fluff to it, however. But we were young. We were easily manipulated. We had this church mind. So we trying to figure all that out. And then we have everybody, certain rules and everybody in our business. I mean, as you just have so much, but if he had stood up, because he, you know, you said you read the Bible and you understand and you get your revelation, so revelate this. If a man's supposed to leave and cleave, then leave these fools alone. Because the first 3 years when we actually moved away from everybody,
it was good.
It was great.
Things always be good when ain't nobody else in the picture.
Right.
But when you start bringing other people in the factors, that's when things start getting rocky. That's why a lot of people keep their relationships secret.
Yes.
Because of stuff like that. So, you know, you done went through this. Y'all went through the divorce. Y'all still good. Y'all still amicable. You know, parenting, co-parenting. So what's the next level in your life after getting divorced?
I got remarried. He was 360. He was all the way.
How long did you wait?
About 3 years.
Okay, so you divorced. How soon was it before you got to the next relationship?
It was about a year and a half.
Okay, so a year and a half, you got the next relationship. You keep marrying these people after a year and a half. Your year and a half mark is your marriage mark.
No. Because if we keep getting divorced, then I'm going to have to go 2 years or do it 1 year or something like that. Like, we got to stop that 1.5.
Look, is you married right now?
No, ma'am.
Okay, so what happened with him? What happened?
So we really kind of married on a technicality. And what I mean by that is that it was some things going on with his child, and he wanted custody, so we kind of got married to get the baby in safety. So it really wasn't like, he was fine to me, you know what I'm saying? He was somebody I knew from way back when, family, friends, you know, whatever. I've been knowing him all my life, so it wasn't a stranger.
But hold up.
We did date.
You just made me drink. You just made me drink because y'all got married so
just like they do in the military.
The baby.
Yes.
Like, I done heard people get married for the green card. You know, I done heard Africans paying people for stuff like that. But for him to get the baby?
Right, but we got married early, too soon. Because, you know, he wanted to get the child.
So y'all being married show like
that we
both
had stability,
parents, stability, try to make the baby mama look bad type stuff.
Well, I didn't have anything to do with that.
You didn't have anything. Look, you didn't have anything to do with that, but that's what that whole plot was.
No, she did that on her own.
Like him getting married and making it look like you guys were more stable.
I wasn't his first either. So, you know.
Oh, he tried to do that with another one first.
I don't know, but I know we did.
But what I'm saying is that's what people do. You know, he wanted to make himself look better than she did.
Yeah.
So even though you might have acted like you ain't know the plot, that was the plot.
That was his plot. Yeah.
That was the plot.
Well,
Okay, so y'all got married. How did y'all divorce?
We just kind of was like, okay, so we good. And I came home, he was gone. Now he did take some stuff that he shouldn't have, but that's okay. I got all that back. It's all good, boo-boo. It's all good. You know that didn't belong to you. You took more TVs than you were supposed to, okay?
Bring them TVs back.
Bring my 60s back, son. But it's all good. All love. I still love the family, whatever.
Okay, but you ain't had no kids with him.
No, I didn't. I'm done with kids. That's a wrap.
Okay. So, you know, that was the last marriage, right?
That was the last marriage.
Okay,
yes.
okay.
Yes.
I just wanted to make sure I wasn't going to skip a marriage.
Yes.
You divorced now. You've been divorced for how long?
What year is this? So about 2 years.
2 years.
Yeah.
Okay, so you've been divorced for about 2 years.
Yeah.
What's going on in your life and where you plan on going?
I would honestly love to be married, but I don't know.
Leave marriage alone right now.
But what if we do it in like the 1 year after dating?
Nah, you're gonna have to wait
2 years.
2 years at least now.
Oh my God.
But a year and a half is your mark.
No,
and a year and a half ain't
is.
working. The year and a half ain't working.
Right.
So now you need to do the 2 years at least.
Yes.
But let's not even talk about marriage.
Yes.
Let's talk about you and your successes and everything you want to do in life.
Right.
Because this is what I'm starting. Look, hold on.
You gonna drink all of it?
What I'm starting to feel is you don't need no man right now. You don't need no man right now. They ain't what you need. Like, you gotta focus. You gotta focus.
Okay,
focus.
All
They
right.
taking away your concentration. They screwing you up.
Yeah.
They taking you back where you don't want to be
Yeah,
at.
that's very true.
You know, you do a thing just to compromise to help another motherfucker out. Like, come on now.
Yeah.
So what you about to do in your life?
Well, I have been doing a lot of things.
Okay.
So my niece committed suicide December of 2018, which is this button here. I built her foundation as my grieving, the way I grieve. Her foundation is the Mackenzie Foundation. So I go out and speak, motivational speaking about bullying. The difference between this organization and others is that it's real life for me. It ain't a game. It's not a joke. She's not going to come from behind the curtains, be like, hey, Mackenzie's back. No, Mackenzie's dead. Mackenzie's in the ground. She's in the grave. That's where I left her. That was
What
the
happened
last
to
place.
Mackenzie, though?
She committed suicide. She hung herself in our family home in Alabama due to racial bullying in school.
Wow.
Yeah.
And how old did you say she was?
She was 9.
Wow. So at 9 years old, she was bullied so much that she took her life.
Yes, she did.
Did anyone see the signs?
Yes. She told us she was being bullied. And like I said, my mom, worked at DHR. I didn't tell you about, she worked at mental health and all those things. So she,
was trying to help.
She did what she's supposed to do. She went to the school. She talked to all the administrators, to the teachers and everything. But, when they're a different color, it's a little different. And when they are still, prominent people in the community, they try to hide and shun things like, oh, well, they were just playing. They're just kids.
Now, what I just heard in your story was your mom did what she was supposed to do to try to make things happen for your niece.
Yes.
What was her parents?
My sister did as well. But my mom, she lived with my mom. You know how we do in the country. My sister got a job in a better town, so she had to move to her job so she can, take care of her baby. So she did live with my mom in a different town.
So mom was just there helping.
Yeah.
Mom was a helper.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like to get the facts.
Yeah,
I like to get the facts.
Absolutely.
So mama is doing everything that she can do, but it was just not enough. And
my sister did too, because my sister came down. My sister was on the phone, but mama did that initial because she
mama
told.
don't play.
She never
and that's
did.
why I wanted
she
to get
never
the story.
did. Yeah.
Because mama of the child, like we kind of get super too emotional that we can't deal.
Absolutely, and that's why she didn't tell her the very first time that she went. But after no results from the first time, she was like, okay, hey. Let me tell my daughter, because she a little more rowdy than me, and so my sister was like, play it. What? Yeah. So they started
working together, teamwork.
And
Teamwork
I'm talking about every time.
So they did all of
Every
this,
time.
and they was fighting to, try to save her from dealing with the stuff at school, but it was too late.
Well, it went on for about 2 months, and what happened was is that the kids were just messing with her every day, every single day, and I, even doing this, being an advocate for it, is that I do believe the kid liked her, but in our hometown, interracial relationship is not something that really goes down. So of course he saw in home fighting, dad or a boyfriend abusing his mom, and so he figured that that's what he can come and do to somebody else, but that's not how life works.
And they do say that though in the schoolhouse, like, oh, if he hit you, he like you.
Right.
But if he hit me, then I'm gonna hit him back, and we ain't gonna never talk.
And that's when Mackenzie got in trouble, when she started defending herself. Because nothing is being done on the behalf for her being bullied, but all you see is when she reacts after months of being,
and now she looking like the angry black girl.
Now she the one wrong. And my mom and my sister was like, no, we've been telling y'all that these people, this child has been bothering her, and now she.
So she been dealing with all of this, and she took her life.
She did.
How did that affect you?
I couldn't believe it. I was just like, what?
So you started this foundation, you writing books, you doing everything, for the cause of her.
Yes.
And so how do you feel? How is the family feeling about what you're doing to keep her name alive?
They thank me daily. I actually was talking to my mom on the way over here because I've started doing online bullying virtual events because we quarantine or whatever it's supposed to be.
Not in Atlanta.
Not really. And so usually I'll be going out to locations speaking, because I have a 25-slide PowerPoint presentation, and I break down. I have different things. It's called the bullying ring. Who all is involved? What do they do? do you figure out who you are in this ring? Because everybody in this room is in the ring at some point. You just got to figure out where you are and how to get out of it. How to help that victim is really the only way out. If you don't say anything, you are a part of the problem.
That is so true. And I'm glad that you started that, because there's so many people out here that are being bullied.
Yes.
And some people don't want to speak about it.
Yes.
Because they don't want to tell somebody that somebody's bullying me. How can they find this platform?
Well, it's the Mackenzie Foundation on Facebook. Of course, you can follow me at Edwina Janae Adams or author Ejene. You can Google that, or you can just Google my name. I'll come up, because I was with her case all the way up until now. I do it. So just, you can just Google me. And, of course, it's the Mackenzie Foundation Stop Bullying campaign. And call me, inbox me, whatever, DM me. I'll respond. I'll come. Because even with the shutdown back in March, I got more busy than I've ever been, because it was so many kids that were being bullied still virtually. And that's why I started my virtual event, because it was so much that I was seeing. And I work in the school system here in Georgia, so it was things that I was seeing as an adult from a point that a parent would not see, because you're not an employee. Mm-hmm. So with the badge, I saw more than I did as a parent with my kids at home. So I'm like, oh, no, player, that can't work. So, I get the call and people like, hey, Mr. IT dude, let me tell you what I saw. Can you fix this? How do we fix this? And so we started, I'm telling other people, and they was like, hold on, let me call my county people and see. So I just been working with that. With so many people, kids trying to commit suicide, and so their parents, will be referred to me, and I will talk to the kid. And I always tell Mackenzie's story as to what she did, and how if she had given us a little more time, she wouldn't have had to make that permanent decision for something that we could have stopped if she had given us the time.
And with that being said, I always like to leave my viewers with something, some positivity. And, you're standing up for a good cause. There's so many people bullied every day. Yes. There's so many people that deal with this on a regular basis and afraid to speak up, deal with it in the shadows of, in their bedroom, crying and dealing with it on their own. If you had to leave the viewers with something, what would you leave them with?
In the time we're in right now, it's time to live. Don't let what people say about you hurt you. If you do feel depressed, get therapy. Like in the Black community, that's kind of like a taboo. But I come from a family, my mom, was mental health or whatever. And my background really is sociology, psychology, going into my bachelor's degree. Get help. Don't suffer in silence. Talk to someone that you trust, even if it's a stranger. 9 out of 10 times, the reason people talk to me is because I don't know them. And if I am that person, call me, inbox me, text me, email me, whatever. I just want you to live. We wanted Mackenzie to live. I do this so other people, children can live. We lost. We had a big loss. But if I can save your baby, then I've done my job.
Y'all heard it. Everybody needs somebody. And I've always stuck by that. That's always been my word. Everybody needs somebody. And what she's saying is that she can be that somebody to console you, to talk to you, to get you and connect with the right people.
Yes.
So that way you don't feel like you have to take your life, or you don't feel like, these people are overpowering you. Connect with her. And on that note, let the people know how they can connect with you.
All right. So y'all can get me at authorejene.com, Edwina Janae Adams on Facebook. I'm Ejene_1 on Instagram. Yeah, that's it.
Y'all heard it. That's it. She's doing things out here. She's got this foundation to help others. She's not only looking out for herself, but she's looking out for other people in the community because of things that she's dealt with in life. We all have a story. We've all been through things in life. We just got to keep pushing. Not only is she pushing, for her family, but she's also pushing for herself, writing books and doing everything else. So make sure y'all stay tuned and y'all lock in with what she got going on by going to her social medias and hitting her up. Y'all stay tuned for next week. It's going to get deep just like it is today. Thank you for tuning in to From the Bottom to the Top with your girl, Princess with the Real. I'll see you next week.
I done been down before. I had to get up and get it together. Knew one day it would be better.